Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allenderry, and I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I'm here to help you establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out home practice routine. Today is Earth Day. So everybody say Earth Day with intent. Ready? Earth Day. When you're speaking, make sure you lift your voice and you project it forward. Let's say it again. Earth Day. Again, speak out more. Ready? Earth Day. All right, so today we're going to read about Earth Day. First of all, I want to ask you, what did you do this weekend with intent? If you haven't chatted with us before, on our website you'll see a box where it says enter your nickname. Just put in your first name and where you're from. It's so nice to see where everybody is practicing from, and you can make friends. Even if you're not going to chat throughout the session, go ahead and at least put your first name and where you're from, and you will love seeing the images that are posted throughout the session. They can be very motivating, and as you might know, because people with Parkinson's don't have enough dopamine also impacts our motivation and our drive. So that's one of the reasons we have the chat. So if you're chatting today, go ahead and tell us what you did this weekend with intent. And then let's all take a sip of water, and we're going to get ready to exercise our speech and swallowing muscles. And like we do for every session, we need to practice smiling with intent. All right, people with Parkinson's need to practice smiling, and I do too. All right, so let's all smile with intent for a second or two. Ready? And if you're new to the session and it seems so silly that we smile with intent for a second or two, because we record these sessions, Sandy and Elizabeth always need to get a photo of me for every session. So I decided to incorporate us all practicing smiling. Let's start with the first speak out exercise. Lift your voice and project it up and over your computer. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Really exaggerate. Use a lot of intent. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Connect all of the sounds, so we don't want may, me. Connect them. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. And one more time. May, me, my, mo, moo. There you go. That's the warm-up. That's enough of those. Go ahead and take a sip of water. This past weekend, my family, we celebrated my first grandson, Harvey. We celebrated his first birthday, and my daughter and son-in-law are big football fans, so the invitation said, first year down. Isn't that cute? We had about 45 family members over at my house yesterday, and we had a nice birthday. The next speak out exercise is the ahs. Deliberately open your mouth wide and then lift your voice and project it forward. Give me a good ah. Ready? Ah. to keep the sound consistent all the way through. If you notice that the sound starts going to the back of your throat, cut it short. All right? Let's do it again. Good. Let's do it again. Good. Let's do another one. And one more. Let's do a shorter one. Keep the sound consistent. Make sure you're not yelling. Speaking out is not about yelling, and speaking with intent is not about yelling. It's about taking control of your voice, making your voice do what you want, being confident. Let's do one more ah. We'll do a shorter one. Ready? Ah. Good. Let's take a sip of water. When you grab your cup, make sure you are using intent. With Parkinson's, we need to activate the intentional motor system. When you use intent, you activate a motor system that is not as dependent on dopamine. That's why intent is the most important word for people with Parkinson's. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 3, the glides. Project out a steady ah, and then slowly glide up. Make sure to get all those little notes in there. We don't want to skip from this note to that one. Here we go. Ah. Stop. Ah. Good. Let's do another one. Notice that I am projecting out a steady ah first. So ah first for a second or so, and then we start gliding. Ready? Ah. Ah. Keep the mouth open the whole time. Ready? Well, when you get to the top, stop. Close your mouth. Okay, but when you're gliding, keep the mouth open. Make sure the sound is ah the whole time. If your mouth isn't open enough, you won't hear ah. Let's do it again. Ah. Ah. Good. One more. Ah. Ah. Go ahead and take a sip of water. Hopefully all of you in combination, in addition to doing these sessions, you're working one-on-one with a speak out provider. It's very important. These home practice sessions will not be enough for you to really reach your potential. Okay, you need to work one-on-one, and every 6 months, at least every 6 months, you should be having a speak out refresher. That means you go back to meet with your speech pathologist And if your speech or voice have changed since you graduated from Speak Out Therapy, okay, if it's changed, then you might need to do some therapy sessions, and we're always trying to get it right back up to where it was when you finished the original Speak Out Therapy program. Or the one-on-one Speak Out Therapy. All right, we're moving on to the counting. This exercise re-coordinates the breathing pattern. It's actually the breathing pattern which is what gets messed up with Parkinson's. Lift every number and project it over your computer in front of you. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to use my hand this time. I would rather you not use your hand. Just sit back. Okay, let your voice do the work. I'll use my hands to help you. We're lifting and projecting forward. Start with number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you tend to trail off at the end of your sentences, try this. When you do the counting, really stretch out the last number. Let's do it again. Start with 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Let's take a sip of water with intent. We're doing everything with intent from now on, myself included. Even though I don't have Parkinson's, I do better when I use intent. All right, Earth Day. Thank you to Lisa, one of my assistants who prepared the reading and cognitive exercises today. We're going to stretch out that highlighted word, okay? Here we go. April 22nd is Earth Day. Let's say it again with more intent. April 22nd is Earth Day. Next. It was first celebrated in 1970. I did not know that. Did you know that? Let's read it again with even more intent. Ready? It was first celebrated in 1970. Let me ask you, and I want you to use your best voice. Where were you living in 1970? In 1970, I was 1 year old, living in San Antonio, Texas. All right, here we go. It is a day to focus on protecting the planet. Again, it is a day to focus on protecting the planet. Good. Next. There are 192 countries that celebrate Earth Day. Again, with more intent, like you're on top of a mountain. Ready? There are 192 countries that celebrate Earth Day. All right, let's take a sip of water with intent. Now we move on to the conversation exercise where we are practicing speaking out but the words aren't in front of us. We have to process the information, come up with the words we want to say, and then speak out. So let's read this together and then you answer the question. Name some positive things to do for the environment. Go ahead. Next, name common items that can be recycled. Again, with more intent. Name common items that can be recycled. I want to ask you, are you on Parkinson Voice Project's mailing list? If not, I'm going to ask Elizabeth to go ahead and post the link where you can join our mailing list. We send out a newsletter. We try not to bombard everybody. We send out a newsletter on the first Tuesday of every month. So use that link that Elizabeth will give you in the chat, or you can go to our website at the top, join the mailing list. And there is a wonderful lecture by Dr. Bas Bloem. He's from the Netherlands, and he was recently in Texas. Well, he was on Zoom. He was supposed to be in Texas, but he ended up presenting on Zoom, and it is a wonderful lecture. We will post it in the next newsletter that we send out, and it's all about that the cause of Parkinson's is environmental. So you will want to watch it. It's only an hour long, but go ahead and join our mailing list, and that is one of the items that we're going to put in this upcoming newsletter. All right, let's go ahead and do Dr. Boone's words twice, every syllable with intent. Ready? Gula ganga ga. Again. Gula ganga ga. Really emphasize the G's, the K's, and the NG's. Next. Ku ka mangu ka. Exaggerate. Ku ka mangu ka. Next. Gangla. Gangla. And the last one. Kukla. Speak out. Kukla. Very good. Take a sip of water if you need it. We're going to move on to the bonus reading. Here's the bell. I think. Maybe not. Okay, here we go. We're going to move on to the bonus reading. These are really long sentences. So when you're reading long sentences, you don't want to think about the long sentence. You want to think about, I need to project every word forward, every word over my computer. Just think about speaking out. And what will happen is you will take the breath you need. Okay, but just focus on like you're on top of a mountain or presenting to a large crowd. Here we go. There are many local projects that you can get involved with that help the planet. Did you see how I spoke out on planet? Let's start over. Ready? There are many local projects that you can get involved with that help the planet. Beach cleanups are one of the most popular ways to help clear litter, prevent waste entering marine ecosystems, and reduce the amount of waste products polluting the environment overall. Those are long sentences. Let's start beach cleanups. Ready? Beach cleanups are one of the most popular ways to help clear litter, prevent waste entering marine ecosystems, and reduce the amount of waste products polluting the environment overall. So can you tell how when you really speak out, you take the breath you need? You don't want to be thinking about the breath separately. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be back tomorrow. Have a great day with intent.